On 8th May 2025, the world turned its attention once again to the chimney of Sistine Chapel in Vatican City. As the evening approached, tension in St. Peter's Square grew. Thousands had gathered beneath the balcony of the basilica, eyes fixed on a simple metal floor that for centuries has signaled the outcome of a papal conclave. Then, as daylight began to dim over Rome, a thick plume of white smoke rose into the air. The smoke was clear and unmistakable, an ancient sign renewed once again. The College of Cardinals had elected the new Pope. Cheers erupted from the crowd, pilgrims wept, embraced and lifted the flags and rosaries toward the sky. Bells from St. Peter's Basilica rang out across the city and across the world. Millions watched with reverence and anticipation. A sacred tradition carried forward through generations had once again unfolded before the eyes of history. Soon after, the attention shifted to the balcony above. Cardinal Dominique Mamberti, the Cardinal Protodeacon, emerged before the crowd to deliver the traditional announcement. He formally introduced the 267th successor of St. Peter, Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, who had chosen the name of. With the announcement complete, the balcony doors closed briefly. Anticipation only deepened as the crowd awaited to see the new Pope appear for first time. When the doors opened once again, Pope Leo XIV stepped forward, dressed in a simple white purple cassock, standing quietly, his hands joined in prayer. His presence was calm. He smiled gently as he looked out over the vast sea of people gathered below. For many, it was not just a ceremonial moment. It was personal, spiritual, and deeply emotional. Pope Leo XIV's election was historic in many ways. Born in Chicago in 1955, he became the first American-born Pope in the history of Catholic Church. A member of the Order of St. Augustine, he had spent decades in pastoral and missionary service, especially in Latin America. His connection to Peru, where he had served for many years and obtained citizenship, gave him a unique perspective on the global nature of the Church. His ecclesiastical career had taken him from missionary work to diocesan leadership and ultimately to Rome, where he was appointed the prefect of the dicastery for bishops in 2023 by Pope Francis. Known for his pastoral sensitivity, his deep theology, and his ability to listen, Pope Leo XIV was seen by many as a bridge between continents, cultures, and generations. The choice of the name Leo XIV carried its own meaning. It invoked the legacy Pope Leo XIII, a pontiff known for his commitment to social justice and his intellectual leadership at the dawn of the modern era. In choosing this name, Pope Leo XIV signaled a desire to guide the Church with both compassion and clarity in a rapidly changing world. The significance of the moment was not only in who he was, but in how he began. In his first moments before the world, he offered words of gratitude, humility, and unity. He acknowledged the blessings of the Lord not only in his election, but the shared journey of the Church. He expressed the confidence in the support of the College of Cardinals and affirmed his commitment to work with them and with all the faithful as a servant among servants. As he addressed the cardinals and the church at large, he framed the mission ahead not as a burden, but as a path to be shared. He emphasized the community of believers, not just the office of the papacy. He portrayed the church as a gathering of friends of Christ, united not only by status, but faith, mercy, and the call to proclaim the gospel. That evening, his message extended far beyond Vatican walls. It reached those watching from hospital beds, from refugee camps, from quiet chapels, and crowded cities alike. His presence sent a signal of pastoral closeness and universality, inviting the entire church into a renewed spirit of hope and belonging. The symbolism of his first appearance mattered deeply. There was no spectacle, only stillness, sincerity, and presence. Additional rites unfolded with quiet strength. The blessing he offered extended not only to the city of Rome, but to the world, to Catholics and non-Catholics, to believers and seekers alike. It was a moment of shared reverence. In recent years, the Vatican had taken steps to ensure the clarity of this moment. Chemical additives used in the Sistine Chapel stove now ensure that the smoke would appear clearly white or black. No confusion clouded this election. The bells rang out without hesitation. The message to the faithful was clear. The church has a new shepherd. But the moment was more than ceremonial. It was spiritual. It was the continuation of a 2,000-year tradition in which the Bishop of Rome carries forward the mission entrusted to Peter, to feed the flock, to unify the church, and to be a sign of Christ's presence in the world. As the night fell and the lights of St. Peter's Square shimmered against the sky, people lingered. Pilgrims remained in prayer. Some sang. Others stood in silence, reflecting on the transition they had just witnessed. In every heart, the meaning of the evening was taking root. Pope Leo XIV's first appearance marked not just the end of a conclave, it marked the beginning of a new chapter. A pontificate grounded in pastoral outreach, shaped by global experience and anchored in the traditions of faith. His first words, simple and sincere, resonated as a call to walk together, serve to believe and to hope. And so, a new journey began, not just for Pope Leo XIV, but for the entire church.